when I was in Great Lakes, Illinois. That's where boot camp was, and then electricity school and electrician school in Illinois. As long as the drinking age is 21, as long as you're on the Navy base and you're in the Navy, you can drink as long as if you're 18. Wisconsin, just north of us, is about a half-hour drive, half hour 45 minutes. The drinking age was 18. So of course, every chance we get, we're going up to Milwaukee. And me, my friends Bill and Larry, we go up to Milwaukee and we find this local guy, and we asked him, hey, where's the best place to go? Where's the best club to go? And he says, oh, this place called the Safe House. You guys are going to love it. And he told us where it is. And we go there, and what it is, it was a theme bar, and the theme was spy. So you go in, there's just this little room, and nobody there, just this telephone. So eventually you pick up the phone, and they ask you for a password. Of course, if you don't know the password, you're not getting in without doing something. So we didn't know the password. He told us a password, but the password he gave us was from the week before. So they got a new password. So then a door, you hang up the phone, and a wall opens up, and you go into a room a little bit bigger, and with a person there, and they said, well, you don't know the password, you have to prove yourself. And so what the girl there asked us, if we're in the Navy, and of course it's obvious we're in the Navy with the haircuts and stuff. But what she had us do was all three of us stand with our back against each other in like a triangle, and then we had to spread our legs, bend over, and hold hands in between our legs. So we're bent over and we grab each other's hands, and then we have to walk in a circle singing "Row, row, row your boat." Luckily we weren't drunk yet. We were able to do it. And then she said, all right, you have passed the test. And she presses a button and another wall opens up, and it's the bar. And as soon as we walk in, we get a standing ovation, because they've got hidden cameras everywhere, and the cameras, everybody gets to watch what the next people have to do before they come in. And it was a great place. It was a blast. I absolutely loved it. But anyway, I was mostly drinking Long Island iced teas and Alabama Slammers. And at one point, I'm sitting at the bar, and I'm hammered. And all of a sudden, the bar and everybody else starts rising up in the air, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? And it turns out that I was hammered. The bartender was lowering my seat, so I thought everybody else was going up. But anyway, a lot of fun things to do. It was a blast, and I loved that bar. It was a lot of fun. Me, Bill, and Larry went there a lot, and had a great time. A lot of great times there. So I don't know if the place is still there. Again, this was 1985. So if it's still there and you get a chance to go there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it was awesome. So go try that place out. When I was in Orlando, going through nuclear power school, and this was toward the end of the almost year that I was there. I wasn't engaged yet officially. I officially got engaged after that school was over with, before I went up to Connecticut. But anyway, I was in Orlando, and there was a GNC there, and at this GNC, a girl worked there who was absolutely gorgeous, and no matter who tried, how hard they tried, nobody could get this girl's phone number. And so once I heard that, I said, okay, we'll see. And so I go over and I start talking to her, and my friends were saying, no, nobody gets her number, nobody. You're not going to do it. I went over there within like a minute and a half. She's starting to write down her number. My friend Greg, who ends up being in my wedding party, and my friend Greg comes over and he goes, what are you doing? He's engaged. It's like, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, you are. He says her name and everything, and then he starts adding stuff like, yeah, she's pregnant, stuff like that. So, of course, I didn't get the girl's number, but if he would have just kept his mouth shut, I was going to get the girl's number. And just one of my little things that happened when I was down there, I did a lot of stuff in Orlando, sunny Florida. Beautiful place, beautiful time to be there. So one of the things that me, my friend Larry, and Bill did when I was in Great Lakes, and we would go up to Milwaukee almost every chance we could. This was about 3 weeks after boot camp was over, and we were walking down the street, and this car with 3 women in it pulls up and says, they say, "Hey sailors, you want to party?" And if you don't know what that means that these are prostitutes and they want to party. They want to know if we want to party. So, of course, me and Larry know what this means. Bill doesn't know what this means. So we're like, yeah, sure. Bill thought we were just going to go to a party somewhere. So we end up going to this house, and one of the girls, she looked like Vanity, you know, the singer and actress. Of course, I picked her. Gorgeous. And we get there, and me and her are going to go into one room, and Larry's going to go with another one into another room, and Bill is off-put by this, that anybody would even think about doing this. So I said, look, he's starting to make a fuss. I said, look, Bill, just sit there, wait till we're done. If you don't like it, just wait. It won't be long. And so he sits down. I go in the room with, let's just call her Vanity, and Larry goes into the next room, and this being after boot camp, I was a little out of practice, didn't last as long as I usually would have. And I got done, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to come out there and I'm going to have to wait for Larry to get done. And it's going to be embarrassing. And so I collected my clothes, and I figured I'll just get dressed out there. I opened the door, and there's Larry and Bill both sitting on the couch with their coats on, ready to go. So I was like, oh, okay. So I started to get dressed. But one of the things that Bill told me later, that Bill wasn't happy at all with this, but you know, a couple days later, he said something that he thought was funny. He said that about a minute into me being in there, the girl I was with, because Bill was just outside the door, Bill said all he heard was, "Damn boy, you is healthy." But anyway, and when I came out, you know, Larry and Bill are there on the couch right in front of me. I opened the door, I came straight through, and the girl I was with is still on the bed. And the other 2 girls were concerned, and they went in there and they're like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, just give me a minute." And so, you know, me and Larry had a lot of fun slamming Bill about the whole event. But the amazing thing is, about 5 weeks later, I actually end up going to a college party, and there she is. There's Vanity. The girl looks like Vanity. And so I started talking with her, and it turns out that they weren't professionals. They were just college girls trying to make money so they can stay in college. And so I hit it off with her, and she's like, "No, I'm not doing that again." I couldn't do anything for 3 weeks after that. And so anyway, by the end of the night, we were together, and of course, just as a guy and a girl that wanted to get together, and no money changed hands at all in that time. But anyway, I just thought that was one of these funny Navy stories. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to put it on the video here, but those of you who were in the Navy and have been there and done that, I got a lot of stories like that. I'm probably not going to put any more on the video. So, but thank you for coming. Like and share. Join the channel. Hit the bell so you can get updates. And again, the book, if you're interested, www.thealternaterealitybook.com. And a lot of my funny stories on there. Hope you're enjoying this Relaxed Monday episode. So another weekend, me, Bill, and my friend Bill and Larry went to Milwaukee. There's a bus that's we would take a bus in, and you know, spend the whole day, and you got to be at the bus station to get picked up by like 10 p.m. We get there, no bus. For some reason, the bus driver quit, or their bus, I don't even remember. But anyway, the bus never came. So we ended up spending the night just walking around trying to find a place to be safe and fall asleep. We ended up down by the beach, and it was crazy because we're laying on. We found some park benches there down by the beach, and for one thing, there's gunshots going off all around us all night long. Police sirens, police cars driving right past all night long. We didn't sleep at all. And then there's this crazy lady talking to herself, not just talking to herself, yelling to herself. And that creeped me out more than the gunshots and the police chases and stuff like that. So we ended up not sleeping at all. So then we get back to the barracks. The bus finally came at like 8 in the morning and picked us up and took us back to the base. And at that time we had a lot of practical jokers. And I had a brand new roommate, and one of the rules was you always keep the door locked because of the practical jokes. It was insane. And my new roommate forgot to lock the door. And I just remember waking up and looking, and this guy, Bernie, over me, looking down straight at me with this giant smile on his face, and then he left the room. And I'm so tired, I look at my new roommate, and he's just looking at me, and then he goes back to doing his homework. So I figured, okay, good. I stopped him before he could do anything. So I fall back to sleep. I wake up like 8 hours later. I go to pick my head up. The pillow is stuck to my head because Bernie took a whole tube of toothpaste and basically squeezed it all over my head and my hair, and then as I moved my head around, my head got stuck to the pillow, and when it dried, I actually had to walk all the way down to the other end of the building where the showers were and take a shower with the pillow on my head. And once everything got wet enough, I was able to take my my hair smelled minty fresh though. But anyway, I vowed to get Bernie back, and there's a lot of practical joke things we did on each other, and eventually I got Bernie back. And Bernie ended up, I ran into him many years later. He married with like 5 kids, and but anyway, we had so much fun with the practical jokes. Just some of them are just insane. One of them was my friend Bill was getting ready to fly back home. He was from Easton, Pennsylvania, home of Larry Holmes. And anyway, Bill was getting ready to fly there for Christmas time. Was it Christmas? No, because I was in Florida during the winter. I can't remember why, but maybe it's 4th of July. Anyway, there was a holiday weekend, and Bill was going to fly back to his hometown. And so he was sitting there waiting, and for some reason, he told Bernie, sexy back. My battery's running low here. Hopefully I can wrap this up. But anyway, so my friend Bill was going somewhere, and he had told my friend Bernie, he had asked, he said, I have to go to the bathroom or whatever. Can you watch the room for me? Bad idea to tell Bernie, the king of the practical jokes, to watch your room for you. And as soon as Bill left, 16 guys came into that room, took everything out of that room. Everything. We dismantled the beds. Everything. Gone. So even the stuff in the closets, gone. The beds, gone. The desks, gone. Everything gone out of that room. Bill came back less than 60 seconds later. He said he got down to around the corner and realized that maybe he shouldn't do that, and he came back and it was gone. Bill lost it. Bill freaked out because he was about to, he needed his luggage and his bags and stuff because he was about to leave, and his cab was about to arrive, his ride to get to the airport, and everything was gone. So anyway, practical jokes are fun. I had a blast. And Bernie, if you're out there, I don't remember his last name, but anyway, Bernie, if you're out there and you're seeing this, you got me good a lot of times.